So today we are talking about how to get social media marketing clients in 2024. And no, you don't have to call people and talk to them on the phone. You don't have to walk into businesses and beg for their business. I'm gonna teach you exactly how I'm able to find clients with my agency and the best ways to do it with the least amount of energy. You guys are in for a treat, so stay tuned.
I remember when nobody believed in me. I made $1 million, change of the scenery. I still remember when women were mean to me. These days I walk in the club with security. These days I'm feeling a change in the energy. These days you know that I gotta move differently.
So if you're just getting started with making money online and you heard about social media marketing where you can find businesses to pay you to do their social media, you're probably thinking, well, okay, how do I get these businesses? How do I actually get them to pay me? Where do I find them? Because obviously you have to find businesses that have money, and you're probably thinking you gotta walk in or you gotta call them and you gotta do some Wolf of Wall Street shit where you slam them over the phone to pay you $5,000. What if I told you that it's all wrong? When I started this business, when I just got started, I didn't know what I was doing. I almost assumed the same thing. I thought that, hey, you know what? Maybe I just approach as many businesses as possible. I'll knock on their door, I'll call them, I'll explain who I am, and then they're gonna give me a shot. Because I thought that you had to talk to someone in order to do business with them. And that's where I was wrong, because after a while of doing that, I realized that's probably one of the most inefficient ways to do it. You're there all day, like on the phone, an hour phone call just for them to reject you. You're walking around knocking on business doors or walking into businesses, soliciting your services. It felt kind of shady, to be honest. Like I felt like a little bit like, not shady, but sus just having to do this. Like I felt like I was soliciting businesses, and it was like the completely wrong way to do it. So I want to avoid you all that trouble. I want you to know that that's not how you're going to be able to find businesses. In fact, one of the best ways to get businesses is not by calling them or walking up to them at all. It's literally just doing something super easy that we all love to do anyways. It's just through DM. It's just through email. It's just online, completely online. Because believe it or not, I want you to remember this. Take a note of this. Businesses don't want to talk to you either. They don't want to have to have that awkward phase where you walk into their business or you call them and they're forced to hang up or they're forced to listen before they tell you like, yo, I'm not interested. They don't like that. It's equally as awkward for you and the business owner. So when you walk into a business, it's awkward for both of you. It's not just you. But when you send them an email or a DM or you find them somewhere and you're able to just reach out, it's literally heaven, because if they don't like it, they just ignore it, you know? If they are interested, they just reply. And it makes your life 10 times easier, because imagine this. How many calls can you realistically do in a day? Maybe 100 if you're really, really persistent. 100 calls and you get tired, and not every call is the same. Whereas you send an email, copy, paste, send a DM, it's copy and paste, send a text message, it's copy and paste. Now you're saying the same thing to every single business. You can do 1,000 emails in a day versus 100 calls. So you're hitting 10 times as many businesses. It's not as awkward. Now, the question is, how do you find these businesses? There's a ton of ways to do it. I'm gonna share a lot of them with you here. Number one that I think of right off the bat is literally just going on Google and finding these businesses. Easiest way, I tell everyone, find a niche. It could be anything: doctor, lawyer, restaurant, gym, salon, etc., etc. Whatever you're interested in, find a niche. There was a guy that came up to me the other day and he was making a lot of money. He was making $20,000 a month doing social media marketing, one of my students. And I was like, great, what's your niche? His response to me was carpenters. What the f? Carpenters are so random. But because he had, I guess, a family member that was a carpenter, he tested it out with him. He was able to get him some results. He just started helping carpenters to the point that now he has like 5 or 6 carpenters paying him a couple grand every single month. He's making like $20,000 a month just helping carpenters with social media. And what's really crazy is the more obscure your niche is, the less competition you'll have in that niche. So if I wanted to, I don't know, help carpenters in Miami, Florida, again, pretty saturated market, but obscure niche, I would go on Google, just put carpenters near me or carpenters in Miami, and Google does all the work for you. Now all you gotta do is do the research, find out what their website is, find out their email, find out their phone number, find a lot of these pieces of information. Because once you get all of this, you have different ways to contact them. You could send them a DM, you could send them an email, you could send them a text message, some really crazy, this is a pro tip by the way. We're getting a little off topic, but I wanna share it with you because it's so good. A lot of these carpenters, they're not like big companies. Usually, typically, it's like a guy and a small team of 1 or 2 people. So the numbers they have listed online are their cell phone numbers. If you go to their website and it's a small carpenter, they have their cell phone number on the website. So you can literally text it. The best feeling in the world is it when you're looking for a client, you pull up, I have an iPhone. So I'll pull up my iPhone, I'll go to text them. And the second I put their number in and I go to text, it turns blue and it lets me know he has iMessage. That's the craziest thing, because now you're like, yo, I got his personal cell phone number. I can text him and it's easy. Say, hey, I got your number online. My name is Rene. I do social media marketing for carpenters, Facebook ads specifically. Was wondering if you were interested. It could be something as easy as that. And we're gonna go more in depth on what you should send. But when it comes to actually reaching clients and finding these businesses, they're all around you. And if you have something specific like a doctor's office or a dentist's office, Google has all that information. They've collected all that information. And now all you have to do is collect their phone number, website, social media, if they already have one, and then you have different ways to contact them. I tell people, like, if you want to get a client, don't call them because they're not going to answer. Again, it's awkward. Nobody wants to talk. It's 2024. We all text, right? Nobody's trying to get on the phone like that. Text them, shoot them a DM, shoot them an email, get in contact with them some way that is not phone call or in person, because it makes it easier for them. They see it. If they're interested, they'll tell you. If they're not interested, they won't say anything. But a lot of the times people overlook these simple methods because they overcomplicate things. When you guys are finding clients, don't overcomplicate it. It's really super simple. Someone has a business. They're a local carpenter. They're a local handyman. They're a local babysitter, local something. All you got to do is reach out to this person and talk to them like a human being. Offer your services. Don't be salesy. Don't be a douchebag. Don't come in there all high and mighty. Just talk to them like you would a regular person, like you would a friend. Now, that being said, there's also other ways to find these businesses. You can use softwares. I actually have a software I want to show you guys today. It's called SMM Deal Finder. And what this software actually does, it gives you a lot more information. In the same way that I said you could Google them, it lets you find the businesses that are not doing social media marketing already. Because obviously, when you Google them, you don't really have that much information on them. You're starting from scratch. What this AI software will do is it will find you ready to go deals. But more than that, it will also tell you if they are already doing social media marketing. It'll tell you how much money they have to pay. It gives you a bunch of information. I'm going to share my screen and show this to you guys so you guys can see all the stuff you can do. It's really, really neat, but that's another way that you can find clients or customers. All right. So when it comes to finding businesses, obviously you can do it for free. There's a bunch of free resources out there and there's ways that you can do it without having to spend any money. But let's say you're someone that just wants to go fast. This is actually my software, SMM Deal Finder. And I want to kind of show you exactly how you can speed run when it comes to finding clients. So check this out. Let's say we're looking for, I don't know, exterminators. And the city is going to be Houston, Texas. This software will actually use AI to find these businesses for you. And more than that, it gives you a lot of helpful information that you can use as well to then get these clients a lot faster. So I'm going to show you guys exactly what it does. It's loading up right now. We're going to wait a little bit. One thing about AI, it does take a while. It's still in early infancy stages, but this software right here is how you can find deals as well. And it's not just this one. There's other ones out there. This is just the one that I use to find businesses. It's closed me a lot of deals already. Take a look. It's actually finding all of the exterminators in Houston, Texas right now. And look, as you can see, it populated in, what was that? About a minute, thousands of leads, but it's done more than that. It's given us the name. It's given us the category. It's given us their phone number, which is information we need to do. But more than that, it has also told us if they are currently running ads on any of these platforms. So these three columns right here, Meta, Google, and TikTok, the software actually did a search for you and it determined if they were already running ads. So let's say your offer is Facebook ads and you're offering these businesses social media marketing, but Facebook ads specifically, or Google, YouTube ads. If you were to use this software, not only would you have all this information, but also you'd be able to see which businesses are already doing it. So AAA Pest Control, they're already running Facebook ads, meaning they wouldn't be a good candidate for you. But take a look. Look at all of these businesses that aren't doing anything at all. And if you're doing TikTok, practically none of these pest control businesses are doing anything with TikTok. Most of them are doing Google, and then you have some that are doing Facebook. And again, you have pages on pages, thousands of leads at the tip of your fingers with the click of a button. And it does all that work relatively quickly. Obviously, like I said, there are other ways to do this, but this is the most efficient way because now you have a bunch of information. You can approach businesses and say, hey, I see you weren't doing any Facebook ads. I would love to do Facebook ads for you. Hey, you're not doing Google ads. I would love to do Google ads for you. And more than that, it also has this right here. So you can actually click that contact button. And what it'll do is it will open their website for you, or it'll give you their contact info. You'll be able to find everything you need. Now, let's say you don't have a specific niche and you just want to find deals that are ready to go. Businesses that need social media. There's also another feature in this software, which is super cool, and it's the deal finder. And what it does is it actually finds all of the businesses that currently need social media, that are actively searching. So it's not businesses that you have to convince to try Facebook ads. They're businesses that already know they need it and they're willing to pay. So take a look at this. You actually have all of these businesses right here. We can put any state. So let's say Florida, because I'm here in Miami. Find deals and check it out. We have now found all of the deals in Florida, businesses that are actively looking for social media help. And we got pages on pages on pages. And to make it even cooler, we can even say, hey, you know what? I only want deals that are paying at least $2,000 a month. And the AI's calculated a client value for us. Find deals just like like that. It's removed all of the deals under 2,000. Let's say you want to do 3,000. You can do that as well. I only want deals that are paying over $3,000 a month. And I'm going to hit find deals. It's removed all of the deals that aren't making much money. It also tells you a lead score, which calculates your probability of success. And it also lets you look by category. Are you looking for social media in general? Are you doing media buying, meaning Facebook, Google, YouTube ads, email marketing, content creation, video editing, etc., etc.? These are the types of things that you're able to do with this. So when it comes to finding businesses, finding leads, there's a lot of ways to do it, but this is one of the easiest ones. Because just like that, I have hundreds of leads at my disposal, ready to go. They have the money. They want the social media. All you got to do is send them that DM, do the outreach, contact them. And from there, you close the deal. Bam, bam, you're done. You've landed a client with social media marketing. So this is a great software. Again, SMM Deal Finder. It uses AI to find the deals, to give you a probability of success. It gives you all the resources you need to analyze it. If we want to analyze this right here, let's look for one with a good score. Right here, 7.45. Again, they need a social media manager, content creator, TriMed, spine and joint. If you're in Florida, you're more than welcome to try and get this client. I click analyze. AI will actually analyze the lead for me. It found where they're at. It gave me their address. It gave me all of the stuff they need. And all I got to do is hit contact. And from there, it's done. All right. So now that we know how to find these businesses, the next step is actually getting them as clients, because all of this information, knowing who the businesses are, is useless if you can't close the deal and turn it into dollars in your pocket. So here's what we're going to do next. We are going to create a sequence, a message sequence, an email sequence, some kind of system that we can use to get them on the phone. A lot of the time, these clients are not going to close off the first message. It's not as easy as like, hey, you want me to do marketing for you? And they say yes. And they're like, cool, send me money. That doesn't happen ever. So what you want to do is you want to have a natural sequence that gets them to either a call or some sort of meeting where then you can meet with them, talk to them. They can see you're a real person. And from there, you're able to close that deal. This is kind of what mine looks like. I want to give you an example, like a frame of reference, what my sequence would look like. We'll send one first message. And the first message is something super casual. It's not overly aggressive. I don't even let them know that I want to help them with marketing. The first message is literally something along the lines of, hey, I stopped by your restaurant the other day. Food looked amazing. I didn't see you on Facebook though. Is there any reason for that? Or, hey, I saw you were on Google. I went to go check and it didn't look like you were running any Facebook ads. Did you want help with it? Something super casual. And depending on the business, you can come off as someone that's really relatable. So a great example, if it's a local business, I'm not going to come out there like a big shot. Hey, we're a gigantic agency. Let us run your marketing, because they're going to think that, hey, this guy, this is too big. We can't afford this. But if it's a local business, I'll come and say, hey, I help local businesses. I live down the street. I'm here in Miami. I saw you were down the street from me. I actually help local businesses with their Facebook ads. Would love to help you out. Something super casual. Again, it doesn't even have to be that intense. Hey, I was in town walking by your office, checked, saw you didn't run Facebook ads. Why is that? That is the first message. It's always something super casual that just gets their attention. So they respond to you. They give you one reply. After that, if they say something along the lines of, hey, you know what? We've been wanting to run Facebook ads. We just don't know how to do it. You've opened the door for yourself, because now your next message is, hey, well, I'm helping local businesses. Would love to help you out. Are you open to getting on a call? Are you open to meeting in person? That opens up the meeting right there, because now they say sure right off the bat, and you don't talk about price yet. Your next goal is just to get them on a call. If they say something along the lines of, yeah, just because we don't want to, or we don't have a budget, that's fine, because your response changes based off that as well. Now you can go up to them and say, hey, I totally get it. It's actually a lot cheaper than you think. Would you like to get on a call? I could kind of explain a little bit more. Your goal of these messages, super casual. You're not closing any deals. All you're doing is getting them to the next step, which is the phone call. So the sequence typically looks like a message that's super casual, that gets a high response rate, that piques their curiosity. That's message number one. Message number two is something that tries to get them on a phone call if they're open to it. I always like to say, if you're open to it, love to get on a call. Some people are not going to be interested. That's okay. The ones that are kind of curious, they're like, okay, well, let me hear more. And then you get them on a call. And on the call, you've already set the expectation that you're going to talk about Facebook ads or social media marketing. And that makes the deal 10 times easier to close. Now, that leads us to our second what if. What if you send the message, that first message, and they don't reply at all? Because a lot of the times this is going to happen. I want to say 70 to 80% of the time, after you reach out to the business with a DM or an email, they're not even going to respond. Again, this is okay, because we have a sequence for this too. So if the sequence, if they respond, email, DM, phone call. The other sequence, if they don't respond, you send a simple follow-up. It could be something as easy as, hey, just checking to see if you got this. And I tend to do it about 2 days apart. So I'll send an email or a DM. I'll wait 2 days. I'll go cold. I'll let them figure it out for 2 days. If they don't respond, I'll just say something as simple, follow-up email or follow-up DM. Hey, just checking to see if you got this. Super simple, nothing clingy, nothing that goes too crazy. If they still don't respond, the third message, I'll say something, I'll just bring something up casually. A great third message is say, hey, not sure if you saw this, but we just got another doctor some results. Check this out. And that's where you include a case study or something you've done, some of your work. So you build a little bit of trust. Because sometimes they do see it, they just don't want to respond. So the third one is almost a little bit of a nudge. Third message I like to send about 4 or 5 days in. I'll say something along the line of, hey, not sure if you saw this, but check it out. We just got this other business X results. Because now, even if they don't see it, when they see all of it. But if they did see it, you almost want to elicit a response for them. And then I tend to follow up 4 times. After that, I leave it alone because people don't like being annoyed. I know some people like to say, hey, message them 20 times, message them 100 times. I'm not a fan of that unless they show interest. If they show interest, it's okay. But if they don't show interest, I'm not gonna force myself on them. So that's what I'll do. The fourth message will just say, hey, I'm gonna leave you alone. I just wanted to make sure that you didn't need help with any of this stuff. Would love to chat. If not, no worries. Closure, right? It's like breaking up with a girlfriend. Hey, I tried. I showed you what I could do. You didn't want to respond. No worries. No hard feelings. Don't worry about it. Because now it allows you to move on. And the goal isn't to message 1,000 businesses 1,000 times. It's just to be as efficient as possible. So for me, I have 4 emails that I send or 4 DMs that I send. I reach out to the businesses in kind of like sequence. So obviously the first time I'll wait 2 days, send them a second one, wait 4 days, send them a third one, wait 7 days, send them another one. After a week, they're not getting any more emails. I'm not worried about it too much. For me, this is kind of the most efficient way to get clients because not one, you are sending thousands of DMs. So you're reaching thousands of businesses. Out of thousands, you're going to get replies. It's almost inevitable. 2, you have a way to escalate them onto a phone call where you offer your services. You get to talk to them. You get to meet them. I always recommend Zoom. That way you get to see them in person and they know you're a real person. They can put a face to the name and you build a real relationship. It's a lot easier to close. But if they don't respond, you also have a sequence that draws it out of them. I like to keep it simple. I tell people, don't overcomplicate it. A lot of people will tell you, you got to do 10 different things and there's secret magic tricks. Guys, when it comes to closing businesses, oftentimes, and I've said this before, it's just whoever gets there first. It's whoever talks to the business first. It's whoever catches their attention first. But at the same time, there's a lot of fish in the sea. So when it comes to landing businesses, landing clients, if you want to do it, it's as simple as this. Have a sequence that you can send them whether they reply or they don't reply. Have some scripts. Reach out to as many businesses as possible. Thousands. It's going to take thousands. You want to make money with this? Respond to thousands. And you might be thinking, damn, that's hard. I have to message thousands of businesses in order to make money with this. Tell me what's harder. Messaging thousands of businesses. Let's say you had to send 4,000 DMs. Is that harder than a 9-to-5 job for the rest of your life? Sending DMs, sending emails. People always look at social media marketing and think that there has to be a catch. What makes it such a good business model? You know what makes it such a good business model? It's the fact that you do have to do a little bit of work. You have to chase a couple businesses. 1,000 DMs, 1,000 emails is not that hard, guys. So send 1,000 emails. Try to do it on a weekly basis. That's like 130 businesses a day. You can do that. 130 businesses a day. You're going to get some replies. You're not going to get some replies. Have a sequence so you're able to reach all of them. And from there, the clients will start to pile up. In fact, if you do this exact method, you find 1,000 businesses to reach out to, whether they're local or otherwise. You follow up with them, you send them a sequence, they get back to you, you call, you talk to them. You are going to be closing more clients than you know what to do with. And this is something that I've done with my real business. I've had to stop doing outreach because sometimes we have more clients than we can help. And the other parts of the business have to grow. So if you want to close clients in 2024, not much has changed the entire time. You're not getting on the phone calling them. You're not walking to these businesses. All you're doing is literally finding the businesses using Google, using software, using other creative ways. You're collecting their information, whether it's phone number, email, social media, etc., etc. You're reaching out to them through one of these platforms, whichever you prefer. And last but not least, you are sending them a sequence to then get them closed. That's literally it. It's not that hard. I tell people this all the time. They say, oh, well, shouldn't I use this software? Shouldn't I do this? Shouldn't I have a CRM? Guys, all that stuff makes it so complicated. I'm a simple man. I'm not super smart. I'm not one of these Ivy League students. I didn't make $1 million because I was an expert at software. I literally just kept it simple. Find businesses, find emails, send emails or DMs or text messages, close deals. That's it. I'm out. Peace.